Hi everyone, on this video I'm going to do three things. Number one, we are going to speak about the RBI liquidity measures. There is a very good chance that going forward, RBI is going to keep on injecting more liquidity into the system, which means that the stock market is going to rebound from this point. I'll help you understand the macroeconomics behind it. Number two point is regarding a buzzword called as DeepSeek. This is a Chinese-based application which has been developed and it's just creating a lot of buzz in the AI space. So what exactly it is, I'll help you understand in very simple words. More importantly, is something like Nvidia is at a great buying point right now because just in the last 2 days, it has corrected by roughly 20%. So which is a massive market fall for a multi-trillion-dollar company. We'll discuss that. And third and finally, along the video, I'll cover 4 to 5 key assets which are at a great buying level. So I'll give you my commentary. This is not an investment advice. It's not as if that you need to go and pick all these assets up, but definitely you can hear my viewpoint and accordingly, in case you are under-invested in this or you are looking at all these assets, you can at least develop a perspective. And also a very quick note that if you have been noticing in the stock market, then companies like Nvidia have grown massively in the last few months, which shows that these corporate companies are making a lot of money on the AI innovation boat, so to say. So similarly, you need to participate on this AI innovation drive in your career. If you miss out on that opportunity, then it could create a lot of trouble for you in case you are unable to upskill and understand what exactly is AI. So definitely do spend some time learning about AI. If you have a weekend to do self-improvement and learn something new, then I would highly recommend joining this 2-day weekend AI training program, which happens completely for free. It's valued at rupees 10,000, but I'm thrilled to offer it to you completely free, thanks to our partner for today, which is Outskill. It is world's first AI-focused educational platform, which is backed by renowned AI investors and AI founders. This 2-day program offers 16 hours of live AI training spread across 2 days, happening this weekend on the 1st and 2nd of February from 9:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. As I mentioned earlier, this is a paid training valued at 10,000 rupees, but exclusively for my audience, you can attend it completely for free. In this program, you will gain an in-depth knowledge on a wide range of topics, including 20 plus AI tools, prompt engineering, data analysis without coding, using AI in Excel and creating professional presentations effortlessly, building tools with AI without writing codes, creating stunning images and videos using AI, developing AI agents, automating your work to save time and boost productivity. And that's just the beginning. Professionals from tech and non-tech sectors like sales, marketing, HR operations, and even business owners and freelancers had attended and loved it. Over 1 lakh people from 40 different countries have already participated. This training is for everyone. Slots are filling up fast, so please check the links in the description and comment box. Make sure to join their WhatsApp group to receive all updates. Also, the introduction call for this session happens on Friday at 7 p.m. IST, so don't miss this opportunity. So with that said, let's move over to the main video. Now, first key topic that I'm going to cover is the RBI liquidity management, right? So this was the notification that was sent by RBI. Then unfortunately, the next day, or rather fortunately the next day, the Indian market, it did not fall. Okay, so up until now, it was falling like crazy, but the stock market went up Tuesday by approximately 0.75, 0.8%. But what you need to consider is the fact that the previous day, NASDAQ had corrected by 3.1%. Okay, so this RBI news announcement was actually a positive step. So now let me help you systematically understand why is that the case. So this is the chart and basically it covers of 4 different parts. So basically what happens is that these 4 parties in a way dictate that how much money is being pushed through the economy. Sometimes if there is a lot of money which is being pushed through the economy. Now what is the meaning of money being pushed through the economy? Basically let's say that hey, this is like January of 2025 and 1 trillion rupee is being pushed through the Indian economy as of today. Now suddenly if the supply becomes half, only half a trillion rupee is there, this is liquidity. So this in simpler words is called as quantitative tightening, that the velocity of the money, flow of the money has dried up, or rather liquidity has dried up, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आधा हो गया, okay? But on the flip side, if it goes to 2 trillion rupees, right? So this is increase or doubling of liquidity. Now, why is this liquidity thing like such an important aspect? Because just imagine that if the money flow doubles, then what would happen? Stocks go up, real estate prices go up, everything goes up. Okay, so more liquidity means then assets like stock, gold, real estate, these things go up. But if for some reason the liquidity shrinks to half, then what happens? Then everything will become half. So this is the simplified version of what liquidity means. अब typically होता है क्या है कि देखो यार money supply तो कम हो नहीं रहा है, generally it keeps going up and up, and therefore if you look at this nifty chart, अगर आप इसकी 1990 से अभी तक की history उठा के देख लो, so stocks have generally gone up, right, and assets have generally gone up. The price of real estate has also gone up. Your salaries have also gone up. Why? Because generally there is more money in the system now. Okay, but होता क्या है practically speaking, right, sitting in 2025, then practically क्या होता है कि you will start reading headlines like these. So what is the headline? So here the headline is that, see, हुआ क्या है कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू लुक एट April 5th, ओके, सो April 5th में द क्रेडिट ग्रोथ रेट इन आर सिस्टम वाज 19.9%, ओके, एंड डिपॉजिट ग्रोथ वाज 13.8. बट नवंबर आते आते लास्ट ईयर द क्रेडिट ग्रोथ रेट ऑल्सो स्लोड डाउन एंड डिपॉजिट ग्रोथ रेट ऑल्सो स्लोड डाउन, एंड इसलिए फॉर द लास्ट 1.5 years यू हैव बीन रीडिंग कि यार बैंक्स को डिपॉजिट नहीं आ रहे हैं, ऑल दैट स्टफ, एंड पीपल आर नॉट डूइंग एनी एक्टिविटी, कि लोन एक्टिविटी इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं है. नाउ व्हाई इज दैट? बिकॉज देयर इज अ टेम्पररी स्टॉप इन क्रेडिट फ्लो और लिक्विडिटी इंक्रीज. बेसिकली मैं आपको कंफ्यूज नहीं करता, बहुत सिंपल सी वर्ड है. जनरली द लिक्विडिटी विल गो अप ओवर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड, ओके, द वे इट हैज हैपेंड. But the thing is that there are phases, 2 year phases when liquidity is kept sideways, right? Very similar to stock market. The stock market generally goes up, but there are phases when the stock market goes sideways, right? So this is how liquidity game also works. Generally ऊपर ही जाएगी. So what has happened now is that for the last 1.5 years, there have been 2-3 critical actions that have been taken by the government. One is that RBI has come after a lot of companies like Paytm Bank, right, कि उनका धंधा बंद करा दिया एक तरीके से. There has been a lot of regulatory changes in terms of FNO, in terms of credit lending. People have been making a noise कि you know what, so much credit growth. Credit growth means what? Again, this chart 19.9 पे पहुंच चुका था, गिरते 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 it has come to 11.9. So there has been a slowdown in terms of how much credit growth. Credit growth means कि कितना bank is giving out as loans. So there has been a reduction in the rate of growth of credit given. And at the same time, there has been a slowdown in the rate of growth of deposits. Please notice the word rate of growth. Okay, it does not mean कि कम हो गए deposits. It means that the rate of growth of deposit has slowed down. That is important, and the rate of credit growth has slowed down. So in order to change both of these things, on Monday evening, RBI made the announcement. Kisi boss, we are going to inject 60,000 crore of liquidity, right? And over the next few months, and इसका total estimation वगैरह किया हुआ है कि total rupee 1.1 lakh crore of liquidity infusion in the banking system will happen. So natural सवाल comes कि भाई, okay, now how will this exactly play out? Why will it increase the stock market? So let me give you like a 1-minute summary on this. So it's very simple. So RBI is going to introduce more liquidity, 1.1 lakh crore of liquidity. Okay, so this is the total amount of money that will be injected where? In the banking system. Now if banks get more access to credit, if they are able to lend more freely, what will happen? Well, credit growth will happen. Credit growth means कि loan ज़्यादा लिए जाएंगे. So उससे क्या होगा कि there will be business growth. There will be an uptake of credit. Now, if the business growth is there, right, or if businesses are spending more money, what will they do? They will hire more people, right? So this will hire more people, and as a result, hopefully there will be more deposit growth bank, and this cycle will continue to be activated. Natural सवाल comes कि you know what, okay, ये तो बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है, right? तो हमेशा liquidity infuse करते रहो. See, this creates inflation. Now inflation का मतलब होता है कि every time additional money is printed and thrown here, this increases inflation also. For example, महंगाई की मार जिसको बोलते हैं. So महंगाई की मार has been very brutal in the last 2-3 years. Everything has gone up in value. Why? Because there has been a lot of liquidity that was injected in the year 2020, right? So towards the end of 2020, then markets rallied, bunch of things happened. This time they are doing it, but at the scale at COVID, no, not at all, but they are trying to jumpstart the system. So please read this headline. What it says is this, that RBI has stated that it will monitor liquidity and market conditions and undertake measure as needed to ensure orderly liquidity management. This move comes as liquidity in the banking system remains tight. Acknowledgement हो रहा है कि देखो यार, you know, the growth is just not happening. Inflation आएगा, right? We don't know how to deal with it, but for now, we actually do need to focus on growth, okay? So what is likely to happen over the next 4-5 months, and this is where if you understand these type of points, it can really help you become a better investor, that whenever liquidity increases in the system, it creates a snowball effect, it reflects into better profits for the companies, and eventually turns into better stock prices, okay? Which stock is going to benefit the most? So इसमें ना momentum पे भी देख सकते हो, बाकी fundamental तो आप छोड़ो, right? For example, this is Kotak Bank, okay? And this concept I had explained earlier, that this this green line is basically 150-day moving average line, and which indicates the last 150-day average price of the stock. This is 50-day moving average line. Usually होता है कि for example मैं आपको दिखा भी देता हूँ, right? So if we go take a look at this, so for example this phase, right, where green line is below this red line, so you'll see that there was a massive jump in the stock price, right? So यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक गया, right? This was almost a 54-55% increase. Why? The momentum was positive. So this is called as positive momentum. ऐसे ही कुछ होने वाला है, right? For example, you can see that this is about to come up, right? ये ऊपर जाएगी ये red line. In fact, मैं इसको red से बना देता हूँ. So this red line is likely to go up. This green line is likely to come down. They have started to change their shape. So इस तरीके का कुछ होगा. This means that this is bullish momentum. Just because of this, technical you should trade. No, not really, but this is a positive point regarding bank कि भाई fundamental information has also been given. Technical information also supports. Sentimental information also supports. So everything is kind of getting together for banks now, right? So there is 0 point in exiting your banking stocks now, right? So please keep on holding it because the fundamentals, technicals, both support it. In case you guys are interested in learning about all these technical tools, fundamental tools to analyze stocks, etc., etc. So do two things. That number one, please go and check the links in the description and comment box for joining my community. It's a very useful community. A lot of interesting commentary happens. You learn things fundamentally, technically about stock market, which will make you a better investor. And also if you can afford to take my structured courses, please do it. It is taught live. The completion rate is 95%. People really like it. It's taught very practically because I myself invest crazy amount of money into the stock market, and everything that I speak is practically taught. So these are action-oriented courses. So with that said, let's complete the section. So how exactly RBI is going to do it? They have also outlined their plan. किसी वो open market operations करेंगे. Open market operations का मतलब होता है कि they are going to buy bonds and release that money into the economy, which increases liquidity. अभी exactly कैसा होता है इसमें आप OMO करके एक चीज होती है, open market operations. You can Google it and learn more about it. So just to recap, this increase in liquidity from RBI is going to be very useful for the stock market. Number two, this was much needed to accelerate growth. Number three, this is going to help the banks directly, right? Number four, it is going to help a lot of businesses in our economy indirectly. Now comes the fifth and final point regarding this, and it's intuitive. See, if RBI has announced that they are going to inject liquidity to improve the growth rate, and for some reason, adding this $1.1 trillion of money supply is not going to create any much impact, maybe too little, too late, all that stuff. It's not as if that they will give up now. Okay, they are on this path. The next step will be cutting the interest rate. So this is yesterday, the video that I had released. This is something that I have commented on. You guys can go and watch it. Again, it was a fundamentally taught video. It will help you learn a lot of things. Please go and watch it. It will spark your interest in macroeconomics, analysis, investing. But again, I said the same thing, that the RBI is on path to cutting the interest rate, and they will cut it. It's only a matter of time. Maybe very, very likely that they will do it this time around. Some budget announcements hopefully will surprise us. So there will be some positive developments there. So all these things are shaping up for a sharp market rebound, right? So this is what I will say. Now let's move on to the second topic, which is DeepSeek. Now what exactly is DeepSeek? Because so many people on Twitter, LinkedIn have been talking about DeepSeek. Abhi tak you might have heard of ChatGPT, OpenAI. Now what exactly does ChatGPT does, right? ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence tool. Basically, you ask it a question and it gives you detailed replies. So that is what artificial intelligence is. It's a better version of Google in a way, right? Now, how does it relate to DeepSeek? So in the US, OpenAI was the leading platform, so to say, which was training, which was an artificial intelligence model, which was absorbing a lot of data and training this artificial intelligence machine to churn out better and better output on things. So OpenAI requires like a bunch of hardware, complex software in order to process this. In simple words, it requires higher computing power. Now, DeepSeek is able to do it at a lower computing power and generate like even better outputs. Why? I don't know the tech, neither do I bother about it. Let's assume that it is correct, okay? So this is what is being said, that Chinese have kind of reverse engineered the whole thing and wo अच्छे होते हैं सब चीज बनाने बनूने में. As a result, what happened was that NVIDIA, right, which does what? Well, it supplies computing power to both OpenAI and hopefully in the future will supply it to DeepSeek. So NVIDIA के stock गिर गया, right? I mean, it fell by 20%, 21% in the last 2 days. So then comes the natural question that, okay, computing power has improved, then why did the NVIDIA stock fall? So this is a note that I had written on the member community. So in case you are interested, I had explained it quite extensively on my member community, wrote multiple posts. So एक ये छोटा सा post है, आप देख लो, right? I mean, it will give you more clarity. So NVIDIA used to supply certain kind of more expensive chips, which typically used to cost $35,000 plus each. Now, due to the advancement in AI, which is being led by DeepSeek, the AI can be trained on much cheaper chips. Now, you will come naturally, ki, Acha, then should we invest in NVIDIA right now or not? See, this is a guesswork because multiple stories can be built here. The positive story is that, see, this is like overall advancement in AI. A lot of local startups will come. They will also seek support from companies like NVIDIA. There will be more demand of chips because they will try to build the next version of DeepSeek. Story 2 is that, see, boss, you know what? Chinese local players are going to fulfill that requirement, and we don't even need a company like NVIDIA. So which direction should you bet? Right now, I'm betting on this side, right? Where I believe that NVIDIA will still be a leading player. So I hope that this helped you understand the investing side of DeepSeek. Now, what is the impact on tech stocks? Should you be buying US tech? Well, US tech, generally, the broad tech is still safer from this entire dynamics. For example, even Microsoft stock fell by 3.5-4%. उसमें भी थोड़ा सा struggle आया है. Why did Microsoft fall or why did Meta fall? Because they had created a lot of structures, right? Or the next leg of experiments that they were running for developing commercial applications of AI based on NVIDIA hardware structures. Now the assessment is that maybe they don't require this hardware structure anymore. So this was a collateral damage. So in case you are looking to buy like safer things, something like Nasdaq might work better. So this is the third asset that I will say. If you want to broadly do it, then you can buy semiconductor index. That's the fourth asset that I would say. And finally, I would say that you can pick broad tech players because they are going nowhere. They are not hit by this AI innovation DeepSeek which has happened. जिसकी वजह से अभी अमेरिका में पैनिक आया हुआ है. So tomorrow I'll release like a list of US stocks that I'm considering buying in this correction. Now, finally, recapping that what does the market outlook looks like. Number one, please note that Indian markets to me look undervalued, right? There is a turnaround that is going on with RBI action that might very well happen, and banks would be the number one beneficiary. Number two, in the US, the market correction has just started, right? The markets have made a peak already. It's not as if that you are getting to buy the market at massive discount. This is not a bulk buying opportunity. Number three, you have to bet on innovation, right? It's fine, right? I mean, if you are considering to wait on NVIDIA, it's completely okay, but you need to put some money in innovation as a long-term investor. हम लोग कई बार बातें करते हैं कि we are just going to invest for like 10 years and then forget about it. Where the growth is happening. Where is growth happening right now? Artificial intelligence, semiconductor. These are the areas where growth is happening, and this is not fluff growth. This is real growth which is happening, and a lot of innovation will happen. Maybe NVIDIA will survive, not survive, I don't know. But if you are betting on innovation in a broad ETF manner, then I don't think that you will miss out. You will at least benefit from some amount of growth, and this is where the world is moving. So start learning about all these new things. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do press the like button, and I'll see you soon.